Like that moderator. Can you give me mod? Like on your stream.
Okay, just comment, bro. Oh my god, what the heck was that, bro?
What does CM mean?
Cross map.
Oh. Why don't you just
Look
say
at this
cross?
freaking like corner pinch after I do the ground thing. What the heck, bro? That's so
Oh,
weird.
much. Did it bounce like 10 times?
No, it didn't
Oh,
even
it
go
didn't
in.
even go in.
Hi. Who is that? Oh, it's you. And then it's also Taleo. Said hello. Hello.
Can I have mod?
Come on, dude.
Please.
I'm literally going on my video right now. Come on, bro.
I like mod.
No, you. I'm literally going on my video right now. See? Told you. You're welcome, bro. Mythical Celery has just invited me. Nah,
Who
bro.
did?
Mythical Celery.
Mystical celery?
Mythical Celery. I sometimes freestyle with him. He's like Grand Champ, so, you know.
Is he good at freestyling?
He's alright. I mean, he's not really a freestyler, he's more of a comp player, but he can still freestyle. You know. Are you moderator now, Terminator?
I don't know.
I mean, I made you moderator, so you should be.
Let's see, I'm gonna say hi. I am.
Nice.
Hi.
Hi, Terminator. Booty.
Oh my, yeah, I got height. And I was straight in.
Ooh.
92.
Nice.
90 actually, 90. 106! Oh.
Okay, still not the fastest. 114 is the fastest right now.
Yeah, by me, because I'm just
I got a 113 and then you got a 114.
114. How fast? 132! Should I take a pic?
No.
It was bouncing.
It's kind of dumb.
It bounced once.
I almost did the pancake thing, bro. See the stream, bro?
Yeah, I'm watching the stream. It's because I'm using OP.
Let's go. That could be faster than 132, even though it's a roller. 117, cramp.
Oof, unlucky.
I don't know, dude.
Bro, it is 1 p.m.
It's 11 p.m. for you, bro? For me, it's 9:51 in the afternoon.
For me, it's 10:51.
Yeah, because you're weird.
I think he means 10:51 for him. You live in USA, right?
Yes, I do live in the US of A. Oh, go in, bro.
You live like
Hit the freaking crossbar, Terminator. Look at the stream, bro. What? 133 off crossbar. Let's go.
Yay 1051.
133?
133 off crossbar, Terminator. Oh my god.
Oh, wait, which one was mine? 131 or 132?
I think it was 132. I did a 133 off crossbar. Look at the freaking stream, Terminator. Look at that pinch.
Let's see it.
Bro.
Nice.
Was that freaking fast, bro, or what? 133 off crossbar, freaking cross map pinch.
So you
No,
call
I
it
got
solid
I got one more than you now, even though it was off crossbar. But it still counts as the fastest because it was faster than yours. What the? How did it go so high? That was so weird. That looked so weird. That was like the worst setup ever.
Yeah, that was so fast.
Did it go in?
No, of course it doesn't.
Good.
Okay, now let's
What the heck?
Where's my clanger?
Nah, bro.
Oh! No, I missed! I missed by like 1 centimeter. It was like perfect height too, but it was like a little bit to the right.
Dang, bro.
What did I say? Okay, let's hit a clanger.
Okay, let's hit a clanger. Oh, that was terrible. I need to like air dribble it more, bro.
Full grip is in your chat. Restart.
Nice. That's terrible.
Be right back.
Okay, buddy. Also, if anyone
say
wants the code
subscribe
for this
now,
training
chat.
pack, bro, ground pinches that I made, it's right here. Just saying, you can pause it if you want it. So, there you go, buddy. That's the code.
Subscribe now or you're weird.
Yes. Subscribe now or you're weird. Terminator said that, okay. Of course, it's Terminator. Booty.
Who wouldn't
What
it
the?
be?
Look at this freaking ground pinch one read? Almost. You see
No.
that, Terminator? No.
Pulse Terminator, you mean?
No, you're Pulse Terminator.
Are you Bletch's
Yeah, I'm in
friend?
Pulse, bro.
I know weird question.
Premium mission. Getting
Oh,
to
hi,
Pulse is
Terminator.
gonna be
I've
my
never
accomplish.
I've never played with
No,
Fletchy.
you cannot.
Well, you're actually booty cheeks, not gonna lie.
8 bars, definitely faster than 130.
Also, I've never played with Bletchy. I know who Bletchy is.
You've never played with Bletchy?
I've never played with Bletchy. Have you, Terminator?
No. Wait, who's full grip again? I can't.
I don't know.
Sorry.
Who has
But you just
Bletches?
in my chat.
Who is Bletches?
You said, oh, hi, Terminator.
Who's Bletchies? Bletchy? It's not.
Bletchies.
It's just Bletchy. He just said Bletchies because
Bletch,
are you
iron
Bletchy's
cheese.
friend? His name is
Maybe.
Bletchy and he's a ground pinch world record holder
We
for
might
cross
be
map
Bletchies
and for,
friends.
oh my god, Terminator, look at the stream, bro.
Bletchy.
Oh
Hi.
my god, no, you should have seen me, bro.
No, look at my stream.
Wait, mine
bro.
was the same speed as yours.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine was like so fat, bro. What? Oh my
Hi,
god, it was like
emoji
190.
waving hand, light skin tone.
Light skin tone. Oh,
How is Bletchy just so
Oh.
good?
what the frick, dude? I literally would have psychoed that Terminator.
Hi.
What the heck?
How is Bletchy so good? Oh yeah, we taught him.
Yeah, we taught him, bro. Do you see this freaking thing, bro? Terminator, come on, man. I would have psychoed that. That was like weird, bro.
Hello.
Literally would have made that with like 2 bounces or 1. Hi.
Oh, did you double it?
Yeah, I would have
Oh,
I would have psychoed
and it
that.
bounced twice? Oh, it didn't even go in.
I said I would have psychoed that.
Why'd it go so high though?
I don't freaking know.
Like,
dude.
Psycho's really cool if it just doesn't go too high. It has to be like perfect.
It's fast. It has to be fast, bro.
Terminator,
I'm, like,
I
not
am nobody,
flipping
I am
10,000.
trash.
He said Terminator, I am nobody, I am trash. That's what Full Grip
I'm
said.
sorry, I don't hear you, I'm sorry. Subscribe to Terminator Zero.
Oh,
Do cucks or pitch?
no, I'm doing cross map, bro. Sorry.
What
cro-
is the name of your friend? He seems cool.
Oh, I almost got a flipping.
Terminator Zero. He was literally commenting, bro. Terminator Zero. That's his name. He has more subs than me because he's kind of fat.
Hi.
Wait, how does that make
Hi.
me fat if I have my
I'm just kidding.
Is it?
I'm not fat, you're fat.
What? Hi, YouTube.
The Terminator.
Nice. Wait, who is? Oh, no, you are. Nice.
Did you just say hi to? Hey, Fulgup's up to me. Let's go.
Who did?
Fulgup. Is Fulgup also up to
Oh.
you if you can? If you have YouTube.
I mean, he literally does have YouTube because he's commenting on my YouTube channel right now.
Yeah,
Terminator.
well, like, I can't,
His
like,
you-
press on
his-
his profile.
His
Yeah.
YouTube is Full Grip, not gonna lie.
I know that the plan.
He commented on my
Like, I
guess
mean,
my
if he actually was me.
he commented on my guess my speed thing. Just saying.
I also did too, you know? Because I'm just that cool.
Yes.
I comment on,
Is
like, every other
Terminator good
videos,
at
so I
ground
like,
pinches
follow
lie
some.
you?
Yeah, he's good at ground pinches, bro. He's good at ground pinches. Like me, I guess. He scored a 196 though. I scored a 193. He's like way more consistent and like better, I guess.
I'm not more consistent. You're consistent.
Really?
Oh my god, I missed
Well,
a
I'm more
flipping
consistent with like
clanger.
180s, but you're more consistent with 190. I only scored 2 190s. You scored like 10. Oh,
I almost scored flipping a 194 core, no cap.
no
So
cap,
fast.
bro.
And now I just miss everything.
I'm not gonna stop until I get new PB cross map pinch, bro. Faster than
You
174.
play PlayStation.
Yes, I do.
Oh,
I do
yeah,
play
how
PlayStation.
fast, how fast, how fast, how fast.
How fast?
159 full core.
Dang it. Are you
Promise I'm good?
streaming, bro?
No, I'm watching your stream. I'll send a pic.
Okay. Send pics, Terminator. Send feet
I am,
pics.
bro. Don't tell him. I sent it to you.
You sent feet pics to me? Nice.
Do you play PlayStation? Yes, we do play PlayStation.
We both play PlayStation. Look at this corner bench, bro. Kind of poop.
Oh my god. Psycho!
Can you
oh,
add me? I am a
I
bit
wasn't even so
fan-made.
close to Clang as
How
well.
old are you?
What the heck was this? What the heck is this, bro? Oh my. You see that on my stream, Terminator? You see that, bro? Look at this. You see that?
Oh, dang, you should've went for a reset there.
No, I couldn't give for a freaking reason. Okay, what? How old are you? I'm 15. And Xeno RL,
Tell them older.
what do you mean? I can tell them how
Actually,
old
no,
I am.
you're old enough. Right?
I'm old enough.
I'm 12.
You are
I'm just
12.
like 3 years younger, not
Oh my god, you're not supposed to be on YouTube, bro.
And I still am cracked at the game.
What the heck was
like
that
Jackson
pinch? That was like the weirdest pinch ever, Terminator. Look at my stream.
1-5 like
insane
the
if you
iron
saw it.
cheese.
That's like the dumbest, weirdest cross map pinch
Hey.
ever. See this?
I see
Hi. What the heck was that?
it. XENO or L is in the chat. I don't know what that is. And Denez Ardach. I don't know how to say that.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was weird.
That was very weird.
Terminator, I like your bits.
He said, Terminator, I like your vid,
I'm
bro.
gonna type subscribe again. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Same as you, Dave.
Thank you for
Subscribe.
the
Dev.
Subscribe.
As much
Yeah.
as you can do
No!
goods.
I almost got Flippy said ground bench world record back. Yeah.
Nice.
That was a clanger.
So much. Hey, Dav. You said my name, Dav, even though that's only like half my name. But you
Sub.
know. Sub. Terminator, did you say that right? Dav sub.
Sub
That's,
Dav.
that's what Full Grip said.
Sub to
Sub.
Dav.
What the frick?
I said
was it?
sub, that's what I said.
Sheesh.
Or 0.
Yes.
Do you want to see you could get the fastest one in a private match?
What the heck? That went so fast. What, fastest cross map? Nah, bro, that's
Yeah.
hard. It takes way too long, bro.
Subscribe.
Does it though?
Yes, it does.
How does one become as cracked as you?
Practice, bro. Practice. You just gotta
Fast
practice.
was that.
That
Who
was,
is
like,
a-
look at that. That was so cracked. It was such a cracked pinch, bro.
Damn it, I can't put I Lincoln. Crossbar is my worst enemy as well.
How do I become as quick as you? Not answer that.
And look at my pinch after, bro.
Sammy.
I scored a 133 reset cross map. Even though it bounced twice. Wait, what did you say? Well, I don't even know, dude.
Double heli reset.
Stupid bro.
Pogo. I'm trying to just do some random stuff with the full court.
You know what,
Triple
now
reset
I'm gonna
into ground
try
bench.
something else instead then. I'm gonna do corrupted things. You know.
Corrupted?
Actually, no, I'm gonna do wall pinches, and then I'll do the corrupted training packs. You know, buddy. I'm not that good at wall pinch.
Benji's in your chat.
Hello, Bungie. Hey, Bungie.
Pretty sure you're in my chat.
What time for you?
Right now
Hi.
it's like about 11 o'clock. I mean 10 o'clock.
Subscribe. Dav DeVos.
Yeah, for me it's 11:02.
Yeah, subscribe to Dav DeBose.
No, I said subscribe and someone said Dav the boss.
I.
Nice. Oh, be faster than 130, please, bro. That'd be cool.
Why do you say
134.
easy?
My new best
Whoops,
ball
for me
pinch.
it's 1-0.
Didn't I score like a 140 on
You scored a 146 on me, bro.
Terminator 0.
I
you?
just scored a
remember
140.
literally every pinch I scored, bro. Right,
Yes, I do. Yeah, cause poop. I have fat poops, that's why.
It is 6:03 a.m. for me. I haven't slept yet. LOL.
Nice.
I've got a 143 before.
Nice. I'm not that good at wall pinches, so you know. Yeah.
I want 1k subs. Laugh.
Laugh. Me too.
Sick of my best wall pinches. 52k ph.
I would love to see.
Of course in training.
I would love to get freaking a 1,000
My
subs.
fastest is 143 wall pinch.
1,000
S.
subs by the end of the year.
Subscribe.
1,000?
By the end of the year, yes.
Blue Korea's inviting me.
Or maybe 500 actually. Or like 500, bro. Maybe you could get 1,000.
I'm aiming for 1,000, yeah. You could probably get 1,000 too. You
Maybe.
just need to post
I
more.
have 171 right now.
You're getting like 10
But I
subscribers a
don't
week.
Well, I can only play on the
100
freaking
subs.
weekends
Emoji
until the
frowning
summer,
face.
bro.
Law happy and see.
But then I also might like do work stuff with my dad a lot too, so you know.
Well, it'll be fine. It's up to you. You'll need to comment though, because I can't like switch it.
Me?
Oh, full grip. Oh my god.
Just try not flipping. It works for me when I don't flip.
It's stupid, bro.
172 subs.
Not flipping is dumb though. Not like look at that. It's so.
I just subbed to you, full grip. You're at 93.
This is not work, bro. Just saying. This is not working, bro. It's not working at all. That kind of worked, but it was way too high, so you know. Okay, you know, I'm gonna do something
Thanks,
else.
Terminator. Emoji smiling eyes. I love you now.
I love
Chill
you
you
now.
caught. Chill you caught. Chill you caught. Chill you caught.
Sheltering, sheltering, sheltering.
What the frick are you saying, bro?
Buffering, 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 buffering. Oh, I understand. I
Right.
use a different pack.
Subscribe to Davdavos and Terminator Zero.
Nice. It was bad.
No, only Terminator
Whoa,
Zero.
okay,
Emoji
well,
rolling on the floor laughing.
No,
Yokon
bro.
888888888
Also,
to ping VA
that's
beam.
fire too.
Hi. The different setup for wall.
I was speaking.
Oh. Huh. Bruh. This is so dumb.
Hi. The pack I use has an angled approach.
Oh.
A pack I has an angled approach.
He said he doesn't flip for his wall pinches, and it works better for him. It's kind of weird, bro.
Not straight on.
Holy crap! It's a clanger.
Laugh at me main.
I got a 180. It's a solid 180.
Solid 180
Oh, way
what?
faster.
180
Oh,
what? Ground
180.
pinch?
Yeah. Not full court though. If it was full court, I'd fire.
That would be fire.
False fire indeed.
No, he's kind of gross. What was that shot, dude? I really want to make a
What was
cool
it?
angle, bro. Dang it.
What was it? Damage!
Hi.
Hi. Hi. Oh my god, I'm so bad. What the heck? I'm not gonna be able to do this, bro.
I'm gonna restart your stream, see how many stuff you have.
How many stuff you
You
have?
are cracked.
Dang, bro. I'm dumb.
Los Chinos. Emoji Japanese no
You're cracked.
vacancy
Yeah,
button.
he's cracked.
Emoji Japanese application
Bro.
button. Emoji Japanese no vacancy button.
Can
Emoji
you stop
Japanese
spamming,
application
bro,
skipping
or
the
else you're
rest.
gonna dumb?
English only, please.
English only, please. Nice. Braulio, if you do that again, I'm gonna have to time you out, bro. You're gonna
Whoa.
be a little poopy head like that, bro. I'm not gonna let you do that.
Hi. Okay, sorry.
I'll time him out if you want me to. Yeah.
Sure.
Subscribe to Davdabos and Terminator Zero.
Yeah.
Hi.
Finally, I scored a stupid good
Oh my
freaking
god, I got
goal.
a clanger again. How
I
fast?
finally scored the stupid goal.
What's it?
What was it? Cross map?
I don't know.
I finally scored the
That was-
stupid freaking redirect double tap
Already
thing.
done. Emoji cool
Yeah, close
smile.
camera setting, it looks way faster.
No.
I'm using close camera settings for some reason. Even though my main is far.
Subscribe to only Terminator Zero.
Emoji cool smile.
Why you say that, though? Full Grip is saying subscribe to only Terminator,
Hi.
bro. Oh my god.
Hi.
Literally gonna kill you, bro.
What? I didn't say anything.
No, I'm talking about Full Grip, bro. He's
Oh.
he's being mean, bro. He's being mean.
JK.
Oh, guys, don't be like that.
Did he say J?
What are your
Your thoughts on the Dream SMP?
I don't know. I've literally never been in it, so I don't know. I don't watch it either, so I would have no idea, bro. I don't even watch Dream
You don't
Or-
watch stream?
or any of like the Dream Team guys.
The Dream SMP?
To any of those guys, bro.
I only watch his Minecraft speedruns.
I don't watch any of him, bro. I don't really watch
Oh.
Minecraft that much.
My thoughts about the Dream SMP is that they have too many people that like
Or dumb.
aren't too skilled. They need like more skilled players. Like they let some people in that like I'm not gonna say who that like
You
aren't
forgot
just,
the
like,
I in
the
SMP.
best.
You forgot the I in SMP. Simp. You're a
The
simp, bro.
ISMP.
You're a simp, bro. There's somebody named Swift SMP.
Wait,
Somebody-
are you still in X2, Devin?
No, and mine just
Are
says
you in
one.
II?
Ho ho.
Says 193.
What clan are you in?
It just says 193.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. Join my clan, bro. BLM. Banana Lives Matter.
I don't want to though. What the frick? That hit the crossbar, of course, bro. I just want to skip this stupid shot now, bro. I don't even want to do it, bro. What the heck was that, bro? I was gonna try to redirect it into the goal instead, bro. Bro, what was that? What was that, dude? Why would you laugh,
SIMP
bro?
stands for Super Intelligent Minecraft.
Player.
Well, then you're a simp, bro. You're a simp. You're
Simp?
a very simp.
Who's a simp?
Full Grip is a simp for Terminator.
I identify
Super
as the
intense. Wait, super
367824817
Super
Super
percent.
intense.
Simp.
Super.
Intelligent Minecraft player.
Super intense Minecraft
Lol.
porn.
Minecraft Super.
No, super intense Minecraft porn.
What? Oh, you're streaming.
Yes, simp for Terminator Zero indeed.
That's what it stands for, bro. If you look up simp on one of those sites, you know, yeah, that's what you'll find. Definitely.
Oh, I almost got a clean double destination.
It's kind of a sheesh moment.
And the ball disappeared.
You there's 10 people watching and you say P04N.
Yeah. Yo.
Haha.
Yo,
Hello.
bro. Hello.
Bro, there's 100 people watching your stream.
What do you mean there's 100 people? There's only 10 people, are you dumb? There's 100
SMP
comments,
stands for
like-
Survival Multiplayer.
No.
What's your most amount of
Hello.
comments?
I don't
Hi.
frickin' know, dude.
I'm 77, not good enough. I only clip like 180s or higher.
I only clip like 185 or higher.
Whoa.
Whoa! That looks slow.
Like, I
110
clipped the 185 that I did on the other guy. From the corner.
on me. Actually, no, yeah, on the other guy, yes.
It was on
I was just
EKK.
standing there. I was just standing still. doing
What
that.
time is it for you right now?
It is 10:13.
It's 11:14. Actually, get it right.
My ground pinches are so bad.
Ay, ay.
Dang.
Boom, boom, ba, doo, 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 doo. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Dang it, bro. I want to score this dumb shot, bro.
Ay, ay.
Mstala.
Imsta.
At night or morning.
At night, bro.
He's a saint on your phone.
SMP stands for Sugmu P3N. Night obviously.
Oh my god.
Sugmapine. SMP stands.
192!
SMP stands for Sugmapine. What the heck? You scored a 192? Nice, bro.
No, I was kidding.
I
Dang,
can
I was
see
about to
you
kill you, bro.
online.
What? I can see you. Nice.
I can see you online.
Wait,
Jordan's.
aren't you like... I forgot what your name is. I forgot your PlayStation name is. I know you are in like one of my comments though.
Maybe he's a stalker, bro.
No, I friended him from one of my comments. Wasn't it Original Cat 7? I'm pretty sure that's you.
TGDR.
Original Cat 7.
Pretty sure that's you, right?
Are you sure it isn't a stalker?
No, you're a stalker.
My PSN name is Original
100%
Cat
she's not
7.
Yes, it is. I knew it, bro. I knew it. I can see you online, bro. Bro. I'm literally dumb.
But 172 subs, let's go. You're so close to 200. You're pretty close to me, actually. You're like about 100 away.
100 away from what? Subscribers?
From me.
Subscribers?
Yes, and subscribers.
I didn't know that, bro. I was like, in
Jordan
what? And you were
Solid
like,
hit a
for me.
198 he said in cheese stream.
Yeah, you're
Nice.
100 subscribers from me.
What was that? That was like literally the stupidest pinch ever.
I'm at 200 subs, let's go!
Terminator, look at this freaking pinch. It was like so stupid, bro. What the heck? What, how did I not get the reset, bro?
FBI stands for Female Body Inspector.
I see a clanger, I don't know what to say. Please
FBI
introduce.
stands for Female Body Inspector. Did you know that, Terminator?
I got another failed plus
Hey,
because I looked at the clanger.
What the fuck, dude? Bro, shut up. Shut up, dude, shut up. Oh my god. Dude, you're literally annoying, bro. No, he gets one more chance and then he poop.
Oh, well, too late.
Okay. You're
Language.
kind of a poopy head, bro.
Okay, I'm gonna comment don't spam, and then you're gonna highlight that.
Zeno
You're gonna
Arhel has subscribed to me? Nice. You banned him for 5 minutes.
highlight that, pin that, so like they won't spam.
Okay. I
No
will.
F word.
No F
Donkey
word.
spam.
No fuck.
Whoa, what's
What?
swearing? 175, that's pretty head.
Pin message. There you go. Don't spam.
Stop IT.
Stop it.
Wanna do a gun pitch 1v1? Cause I'm bored.
No, you.
Please, gun pitch 1v1, I'm so
Well,
Don't swear.
No, you don't swear, bro.
Join me.
1, 2, 3. Let's go.
I don't swear at all.
Okay, buddy.
Let's go, you know the vibes. Okay.
I am like Bitboyalo.
Terminator always swears when he's off stream.
No, I don't.
He always does. He like swears in every sentence.
No, I don't.
Right, Terminator?
He's lying.
No, you're
Chat,
lying.
he's lying. I don't swear.
Chat, Terminator's lying.
I'm a good boy.
Fuck. Oh, he just said the F word, bro.
Whoa,
Terminator
he's
just said the
bad
F
boy
word.
Halen. That wasn't me.
Terminator just said the F word, bro. You hear that?
I was all dabbing
NOL.
though. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna use close camera settings because I've been doing pretty good with these.
Terminator just said the F word, bro.
Here's the F word.
You're the F word.
Don't swear it's not good.
No, you.
No, you.
Flug you knicker trollol.
What the frick, dude? Flug. He just said flug you knicker tralalal.
Whoa,
Bungie, why would you say that, bro?
calm down, Bungie.
Calm down.
Bungie, you
Calm
might
down.
need to put in
Calm down, J-Mo.
J-Mall.
J-Mo.
Bungie gum.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie.
Is that what he said?
He said okie dokie.
He said okie dokie.
Yes.
Are you sure it wasn't okie donkey?
Are you sure it wasn't Terminator's dumb? Yes.
Do you not like have an iPad watching it? Like I always have like I
I
always
have my
stream and I have
phone,
my
but I
iPad
don't-
beside me. Like to see my comments so I don't have to keep
Fine, you want me to
Two-wheel
freaking
drift
do that
looking sexy.
stupid... Two-wheel
yeah,
drift
because
looking
then like it
sexy?
annoys the
Thank you, bro.
viewers because like it'll like show this blue screen where like you can't even see anything.
Oh no.
I
And you'll be able
Terminator
to,
not
like,
dumb.
do stuff
I,
like
Terminator,
maybe-
not dumb. Terminator kinda dumb though.
First ever 0
Not dumb.
kph shot solo before 5 months ago. No, it is not true. I got a
Two-wheel
0
drift looking
kph
sexy.
from a year solo.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Oh, you're back finally. Okay, one last try.
I was reading a freaking comment, bro. Why are you in the Lambo?
What comment have you been reading?
The last one, first ever 0 kph shot solo before 5 months ago. No, it's not true. I got a 0 kph from year solo.
Oh. I got a 0 kph shot.
I
Yep.
was eating a Snicker and I came across a knicker.
I remember I got like a
He
full
said he
cartel
was
mustard
eating
seed.
a Snicker and he came across a knicker. What the heck?
Whoa.
Whoa, Bungie. 1 out of 10, how much does Terminator suck? I would
1
say...
out of 1 0. How much
I
does
would
Terminator
say
suck?
negative 600 million.
That means I'm good.
Nah, bro.
I
But for
love
me-
it.
But for me, I'm literally like 600 million. I'm off the charts, bro.
0 0 0 0.
I'm literally too
Okay, I
good.
went back to my main, so I'm gonna hit clangers now.
Oh my god, what
Sure
is
it's
this lag, bro?
Domino's.
Domino's? Pizza? Sheesh.
This is definitely related to a ground pinch.
Nice.
This car is just so fat, that's why.
No SFB and D words.
I'll be back.
Say sus but replace sus with sus.
Sus. Oh, you're kinda sus, bro.
Say sus and replace
This word sus with sus.
sus.
Among sus.
Among sus.
In real life.
I'm actually
Was your
Jaxie.
car
Don't mind
okay
if I
there,
do. This is
Gav?
my alt account actually.
Yes.
I'm using a voice changer.
Cog.
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 Cogs in the chat, bro.
Cog into the chat. I'm back.
Coggers in the chat. That was so good.
You mean 22?
No, you.
Cog bog hog.
How old is Terminator? 0. Plus
Damn.
12.
How old is Terminator?
0 plus
Terminator,
12.
how much does Dava suck?
I don't know
That-
math.
He asked you how much I suck. Bro. like 0. I suck
How much
0.
does Dab suck? He sucks like big. No, I'm kidding.
No, buddy.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Okay, buddy. Okay.
Okay, this is my real shot.
I'm literally
Okay.
gonna kill you, bro.
Don't kill me, please.
No, you. It was very poopy, bro. You already messed up, bro.
I know.
You suck more than them both, dude.
You suck more than them both, dude. Okay, buddy. We just playing Blee? Wow, that was insane, bro.
Damn.
That was actually so good, dude.
What did he say? It's not showing up in the chat. You
What
suck
the?
more than what?
I don't know. It won't show up in chat. Let me see on the PS4 thing if it'll show it. You suck. He said you suck more than them both, dude.
Was that showing up?
I think he was talking to somewhat, dude, about how much I suck. Asking you. Among Us in real life, sus. Playing Among Us in real life, sus.
In real
Playing
life,
Among
sus.
Us in real life, sus.
Yeah. Kinda sus, bro.
Yeah.
Among Us, Health Corner.
Bro, you're dumb.
You're only 1.5, you
going
can't
down
swear
anyways.
even if you're old, you can't.
Bruh, my parents swear all the time, bro. Get out of here. Kinda sus.
Among Us in real life, sus.
Fuck. I don't know.
Sus. Oh, no swearing in the chat.
Fuck,
You
shit,
suck.
bitch, you're dumb.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding, bro.
Go,
That-
you
he
take
said-
so
right,
long.
my-
He
Knicker.
just said that's right, my knicker. What the heck?
And yet everyone
Knicker.
does to lol. Why?
Nickel.
Why?
Amen.
Because they want to, bro.
Get out of here. Among Us in real life, sus.
It's just a word, bro. It's just a word. Just like Terminator's bad. He's just bad.
I mean, it's not good.
Better than you. Hee.
Hoo-yah! That's terrible, bro. That's like a 1 in a million chance for me to do that, bro. Just saying.
The balls.
It's literally 1 in a billion. Thousands.
The balls?
Every day.
Whose balls?
The balls, more like the boss.
More like the baby. He...
Or like this corner read. I mean,
What the
I mean,
frick?
sidewall
Corner read.
read. I meant sidewall.
More like this corner read.
Damn, bro. Keep it up, keep it up.
I am,
Aw,
bro. I am.
You have to keep spinning. That's the only way to keep it up longer. That's how I
No.
keep it up.
Cuxer pitch.
Cuxer pitch.
Okay, I'll do a cuxer pitch. Look at this cuxer pitch. Never
in my
seen that before.
country, if
from
you
me.
swear in public and people hear you, you go to jail 6 months and get
With this
hit by a
camera?
stick rope 100 times.
What the hell, dude?
Never seen that
Oh,
before,
so-
Terminator.
Well, that's in your country, bro. I'm not in your country, bro. I don't get hit with a stick when I swear.
Hello, emoji waving hand,
We
light
just
skin
comment
tone.
Terminator, like what Tail Sele said.
Someone said something, but they got hit by a stick.
No,
This
look
way?
what Tail
Why do you
Sele
always
said.
pre-jump, bro? Stop pre-jumping.
Look
my
what
cool
Tail
sauce.
Sele said. Whatever
Do
the
astral pitch.
frick his name is, bro. What the long comment? Astral pinch right here, buddy. You're welcome.
MM tastes good.
MM tastes good. Yes, that is correct.
M&M's do taste good.
Even though I like Skittles more, but you know. I do like Skittles more, but you know.
I don't know the Skittles, but I wanna pay for them. Ugh.
If I could have a choice
But
between Skittles and
then-
M&M's, I would pick Skittles, you know.
I'll pick M&M's.
But you're kind
I
of
don't like
weird.
Skittles.
Where do
Kinda-
you live anyway to lol?
I live in
Not
the...
trying to
I
sound
actually never
creepy
even
here.
tried a Skittles.
I live
I
in-
thought the
I know.
reader was going to
Surprising.
moan.
I
in it?
live...
Is
I
it
live
just
in
like
the
chocolate?
America.
In the America. He basically means he lives in North America, in the United States of America.
I live in Antarctica.
Somewhere.
I live in Antarctica,
He
bro.
lives somewhere in USA.
No, I actually live in Antarctica, I'm not gonna lie.
I live in Canada. That's obviously its real name.
Canada?
Definitely not
Talal.
Canada or anything. Canada. That's what it used to be called.
Saudi
Canada.
Arabia.
He
Who
lives
has
in
orange
Saudi
thermal?
Arabia, bro.
Saudi Arabia.
The same as Grand Poog, and he swears. Literally, Grand Poog swears. They both live in the same country. Grand Poog literally swears.
Grand Poog's like,
He's 13, bro.
yeah, he's, I don't know.
Okay, that makes more sense because in America that doesn't happen.
Also, one of my friends, Grand Hoog, lives in Saudi Arabia. He swears all the time when we're
Muslim
with him, bro.
country, so
Do
yeah,
you
you
have friends
can't
though?
swear
That's a
here.
question. I'm kidding.
Just saying, bro, you know, Grand Hoog swears he's from Saudi Arabia, so you know.
Okay.
Kind of a goat.
It's gonna be the cleanest critical of my life.
Here, I mean my
Here
country.
I mean my country.
Yeah, Grand Hoog lives in Saudi Arabia. Bro. He swears all the time, bro. He's like... Fuck. Yo, Super Code
Yay.
X. Who the heck are you, bro?
Oh yes, Deku
X2
picture.
Void?
Or Izuku Midoriya.
X2 Void.
Profile picture.
Is that who the... My parents Muslim.
My parents Muslim.
What
My
the
parents
frick?
Muslim.
Imagine living in China.
Imagine living in China. Couldn't be me, bro.
Wow, that's kind of racist.
No, you.
Think about it.
No, you think about it, bro. Look at your short eyes, bro. Just kidding.
What? You can't even see
Can
my
we
eyes,
freestyle
fat chicken.
1v1?
What platform do you play on, bro?
He plays on flipping Nintendo Switch.
I don't know who the heck Supercode X is. I'm still going?
Brew that the most
I
populated
should've touched
country,
that.
I'm
You
pretty
always speed
sure.
up. You always
Ching
speed
ching.
up mine, so I
Ching Ching. Somebody just said.
Ching ching.
GS. He plays on GS4. Just saying.
GS4.
GS4.
It's kind of cool, bro.
GS4.
X2 Void swears on private like on vids and stuff.
Yes. He also swears in front of his parents and stuff. Cause, you know, they can hear him when he's on. So, you know. Wait, what am I? Oh wait, what's your username?
By public I mean in a mall or airport and
Supercode
stuff
X.
like
What is
that.
your PlayStation name?
Wait,
Or
we're
you can
inviting
or you can just send me a friend request, bro. He wants to do a freestyle on film. This is my name on PlayStation. If you want to send me a friend request, just Dad Boss 81. That was kind of a sheesh moment.
Don't touch it. Oh, I didn't get the third one? Hello, chat. How
You're
did I
kinda
not get the third
That's
one?
kind of sus, bro.
That's some big sussy binge.
No, you.
I almost got a triple heli reset. I already posted a video on 2 failed triple heli resets, which annoyed me. I thought I had it, but then it
And Dav, it's also 10:32 for me Central Time.
And Dav, it's also
Yes, that's the
1032
same.
me.
That's the same for me, bro.
Central Time.
It's also 10:32 for me, bro.
It's 11:32. If you pancake it, and then go for another reset.
I can't go for another freaking restart already.
Yeah, that's what, like, this thing actually does. Jaxie gets a reset, and he flips into another one and basically scores it. It's
He
so
basically scores it.
Yeah.
Basically. Yeah, so basically he scores it.
Oh, that looks kind of gay.
That's kind of just a goal. No matter how good it is, it's just a goal. Bro,
It's just a goal.
just a goal. All it does is add one more point to your
I
score.
don't know how to reset there.
All
What
it
did someone
does.
say?
Wait, what?
Did someone say something?
No.
Oh. What do you mean by it's just a goal?
I was just saying that. It'd be funny. What the frick was that, dude?
Xbox X-ray balls on X-ray
You did some,
PS4
like,
for these sucks for you.
Jaxie thing looked like
What just happened? Xbox equals X-ray balls on X-ray. PS4 equals pussy sugs for you. What does that even mean, bro?
what?
I have no idea what that means. That's what Bungie said. Cause he's kind of weird.
Pancake!
Double reset.
Double musty flick, double reset, double tap.
Just a goal. Yes, it's just a goal, bro. Can I play soon? Oh yeah, sure, bro. I forgot all about you, bro.
Can I play soon? Sussy imposter, RRRR.
No, you're literally sus.
It is 6:33 a.m.
What
and
the
I haven't
fuck?
slept yet. I am so
What?
sleepy, but I don't want
God.
to miss this
What are you
stream.
doing?
I didn't mean to do that, bro.
Jamal. Yes, you did. I saw you aiming for it.
I was literally pre-flipping, bro.
I'm watching your stream. I saw you aim for it. Bro.
I was
It's all part of your
pre-flipping, bro.
master plan now.
No, all part of my master plan.
You saw it, bro? You can't hide.
What is my master plan? To kill Terminator?
Don't even eat me alive or something.
Yeah. How did you know?
Huh? I'm just a genius.
You're literally 0 IQ, but
You don't
plus,
screw this, you're weird.
but plus 2.
Stealing to me reset to ground pinch. Ground pinch right into me.
Zero. Okay,
You can
buddy.
swear, but you can't stay up this late.
Watch this. They call me Jaxie by day and Jaxie by night.
You can swear, but you can stay up this
Can't.
late. Can't stay up this late.
Got to
Oh, I
go
didn't get the
buy
second reset. That's some fake chicken nuggets.
Okay, bye, Bungie.
Summer
That's kind of a
vacation.
sheesh moment. That's kind of a sheesh moment, not gonna lie. What was that touch, bro? I'm insane. Summer vacation.
Summer vacation, more like not.
Poop.
Makes a bit more sense.
I got another reset, imagine that?
I saw that, booty.
You should have seen that from my point of view.
I did see that from your point of view.
No, you didn't.
What do you mean I am your point of view? What the heck?
I was going in.
No, it wasn't. Are you dumb or dumb?
I'm asking to look like I was
I
going
wake up at 4:30 p.m. Are you both talking on PS4 party?
Yes,
I'm dumb.
we are.
Shoot. I'm at the BOGO.
Okay, I guess I'll invite you, but not to this party. Okay, I'm inviting both of you to a different party. Okay, come here. So it's not on the boys. I've done it all night before. Tired. So. Terminator is a booty. Oh no,
Oh,
Terminator.
crap.
Why would you do that, bro?
I say you did, fam.
You're dumb. You're dumb. Oh, he joined.
Yay, headache, very not cool.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, I know this guy.
You do?
And I'm literally still on the server that last time we played on, and I've been lagging so much, and I haven't even realized.
Dang, bro. That's a sheesh moment.
Probably.
Yes. No, not probably. It is. I don't know what you're talking about. What was that flick, bro? You see that on the stream?
And I
dude?
get sinus headaches all the time. Emoji sleepy.
I had to work with my dad today, and I have to tomorrow too, bro. So that's why I wasn't on until like 7:30.
I'm
And
gonna lag so much.
Oof.
probably.
I'm just gonna spectate for a little bit.
Okay.
It is so weird that you talk to people you don't even know.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
It's literally just gone up to high license.
Oh my god, dude.
That was such a fast cross snap.
That was very close to me. Watch it. Dang it, I missed.
That was literally a chicken nugget on a stick. What are you doing?
Oops.
What is happening?
It's kind of a sheesh moment, not gonna lie.
That is a sheesh moment.
My thing is at the red high latency.
Who is
is
your favorite
freestyler?
My favorite freestyler? Maybe like Temple or.
Yours is Temple? Mine's Jaxie. That's what I want to be like. I want to be like Jaxie.
I know you do, cause you're weird.
That's why
I'm just kidding, bro.
I'm trying to do his playstyle. That's why. Oh, get
Temples
off
are,
the ball. You want like
Temple's a really good tooth freestyler, you know.
Like Jaxie's just so creative, and then he goes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
He goes for like the riskiest shots ever.
What team can I just join?
Sure.
Okay.
You can play if you want.
He's gonna be very laggy. You can go on any
Just
team,
join
bro.
any team. Doesn't really matter.
I remember last time you were
What's your
literally at
PSN?
999 ping.
Yes, cause I was laggy that day. Very laggy. What's your PSN? It's Dav the Boss 81. Here,
I'm just gonna
I will type it in chat.
Macduff is mine, he is really good.
I'll type it in chat, bro.
Oh wait, that's actually kind of good ping, honestly. 400? That's good.
Pretty good, bro.
Dav.boss81.
76, wow.
Oh, I missed.
Kind of a sheesh moment.
That was close. Oh my god, I just hit that ball so hard.
Kind of a sheesh moment.
You didn't even see the ball. You're not even using ball cam. You're just car camming. I guess we'll just take turns. Davin, then what's his name? Original captain me, I guess.
Ninja Aaron 9 had sent me a friend request. Okay.
Dav the boss. Why did you? Oh, that's your epic.
Dav Davis.
You should have put epic equals Dav the boss and then pinned it.
Oh, it's gonna be such a bad bet. Oh my god. That was so bad.
Okay, I'm gonna fight this guy.
Let's try a maybe into another reset after.
Okay.
Until I suck.
Maybe into
Why'd you leave?
Okay.
Until I suck.
Why'd you leave?
Hi. Man.
Davin?
Sorry,
Oh,
bro.
your club name is 193 cause your fastest ground pinch.
Yes, that is correct, bro. You gonna join, bro? You gonna join me? Jamie? Thank you. Alright. Let's do Priv Mage.
Oh, if you saw one running someone?
Yes.
Who is it?
The guy in the chat that was named Super Codex.
Do you wanna try and chain ground pinch?
I had a 190 ground pinch a few days ago. Like exactly 190. So that was pretty cool. I also had a 185 today.
Last ground pinch I've hit all week is 184.
I hit a 185 today, so, you know. It was in a ground pinch 1v1.
Wait, you hit a 190 ground pinch on someone?
No,
Hi, are
I had
you
a
good?
185 on someone.
Washvins.
Oh wow, nice.
Let's go, boys. I'm going to inv this person. I don't even know if they have a mic or what. There they are, buddy. Ah, they might join.
I am Talal Saleh but with my other axe.
I think it's gonna run.
Okay.
Pinch again.
Dang.
My bad.
Hey. It's him. Hi. Going for this, bro.
Get a 180 ground pinch on me, I dare you.
Oh
Bet.
dang it, bro.
Dang it.
Oh wow, that is probably 180. Look,
No, that's 160.
It's actually like a 2.
I just guessed it.
It's actually like 2
Mine
kph.
made it, bro.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, totally. Totally just wasn't a lucky guess.
It was just 2 kph,
Just a
bro.
mind reader, bro. I told you it was 160.
I'm gonna guess this straight away.
Oh
86.
dang, I already messed up.
Oh my god,
That's 86. I didn't even use my jump, I think.
80.
80. Okay, that was like the baddest ground pinch I've ever done in my life.
I'm using close camera settings, so I might hit clangers. That's a warning.
I'm using the iron cheese settings.
Wow. I didn't even know he had settings.
What? You didn't know
What?
you had settings?
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Haven't you good, bro?
Dang it, bro.
Go for a stall.
What
Don't
the-
go for the
I'm
weird
at a
ones.
200 ground pinch right now.
Yes. Let's see this, bro.
Oh, look at that 200.
That
More
was
like-
insane. That was kind
More
of
like
insane, bro.
119.com. I mean 64.
Hi child. Lol.
That was like,
But why did you just call me a child, bro? What the heck? Well, Spam King came.
Well, Spam
Jay.
King came. J.
Bro, shut the fuck up, dude.
J. J.
Oh, that could be no vibes.
J. Fuck this shit, I am out.
setup I've ever gotten. I'm not even gonna try and ground pinch.
Okay.
Have to sleep, bye.
See ya, bro.
He's leaving?
Yeah, he has to go. He said he has to go to sleep.
The
Also,
guy you're
so-
playing with?
No, not him. Not him. Somebody in the comments.
Oh.
Dumb. Also, somebody started spamming Jay in the chat, so I timed them out. So
It's the morning for me. I hop off at like 9 o'clock.
I suck at Rocket League.
Oh my god, that was like such
Dang.
a high, but not the good speed.
That's pretty good. I'm like, yeah, where's my card?
I am stuck on gold 3. Emoji
Dang,
happy
bro.
tears.
how long have you been playing Ninja, Aaron?
That's a solid 140, which is actually terrible.
115.
I mean,
What'd you say?
109.
I can't hear you over Terminator. Really? Dang, bro. I've been
4
playing for like a
years.
year and a half.
I've been playing for 2 years.
I've been playing for 3.
It's kind of a sheesh moment.
It's like 1, 2, 3,
3 month.
4.
If you get like a 190 on me, I'm just gonna literally laugh.
Yes.
Can you beat my record?
Oof.
Wow.
Terminator.
Yeah.
Dang, that was kind of weird, bro.
Here's my card. A 196.
It's kind of clean, but weird, bro. Not gonna lie.
Okay, as soon as you left, there's like no car and like the car just disappeared.
I'm going Lambo again. Cause he's cracked ground pinches.
It is.
That's what you got a 196 with.
I
Yes.
mean gold 1, not 3.
Dang.
I got it on Grand Tube.
My highest rank ever was Champ 1. But that was when I played ranked, so.
I'm still champ 3 and 2s. That's my highest.
Coming 190 world record. That is not world record, more like 80.
More like 8. Bro.
More like 22.
21.
20.
Kind of a sheesh
I have
moment.
obtained titanium white.
White.
That's terrible.
136. That's 136 on mine.
It's actually 121.
It's 132.
Dang it.
So I ain't he complaining it.
Devin, what was that turtle eligible?
I don't freaking know, dude.
I'm going the wrong way. I'm just gonna have to go for an own
Dang it, bro.
190 on my own goal. No.
Bet, let's see it. Oh. Class
Probably about
4.
170, you know?
That's maybe 180 actually. No cap.
Oh wow. That would actually be my fastest ground pinch in like training. That just went in, you know?
Wait, what's your
Winning five
fastest ever
match.
ground pinch? I don't remember.
It's like 185, right? I'm just guessing.
Do a wall pinch.
My fastest ground ground pinch in game's like 165, I think.
Mine is 187. My fastest in game is 187.
Oh, I just went up to 600 ping. I just went up to 600 ping.
Damn, bro.
Oh my god. This, yeah, I'm going back onto, I'm not, okay. I'm on Oceania. What? Since when?
Bro.
300 ping. I have the best ping in the game. I'm like actually so goated, aren't I? With the
Bro.
ping.
Yes.
If I get like a 190 ground pinch with this ping,
I said do a fucking wall pinch.
I don't. Okay, I don't have to listen to you, man.
Yes, sir.
Just get a reader.
That was terrible.
Oh my god. Okay, no, why am I on Oceania? Let me back on. Wait, what servers are you on?
You know, fine, I'll do a wall pinch for you, right here. Look at this insane wall pinch. Insane, bro. That's just for you, bro. There you go.
2 off, wow. I was just 100 credits off from buying the Lambo. I just needed one more level, but as soon as I got it the next day and it was gone.
Okay.
And I spent it, and then the NASCAR card just came out, and now I'm just so mad. I didn't use my jump. That would have been a clanger if I used my jump. I could tell.
Yes.
World record without jump is 173. Imagine how fast I would have been with jump.
I have to get off in 10 minutes, bro.
Oh shoot. Oh no, don't go in, don't go in.
It's because I have to go to like work stuff tomorrow. I have to wake.
How did you get over here so fast?
I have to wake up. I have to wake up at 7 o'clock. So.
Oh yeah, true.
Yes.
That was a wall pinch.
Yes, that was a wall pinch. No, you. That was a better one, even though it's still terrible.
Oh, I just tried to do the Spyro way. That did not work out. I can't do. I'm not.
Look at that insane wall pinch, bro. You're so good.
How is it raining outside? It's 9 o'clock for me.
Bro, it's raining.
9 in the morning?
Where?
Yeah, 9 in the morning.
Damn.
I hopped on 2 hours ago.
Dang. I hopped on like 3 hours ago.
Itch foo if it sucked.
Oh my god, I suck. I suck. How's that even... That went in on my screen and then it just like freaking...
You still did it, Sue.
Went over there. That's a bad
Yep.
thing. Normally I have this ping
This is
always
a
in
bad
game,
pinch.
so who cares?
Rivet.
That was so bad, bro. Oh my god.
The epic save just came 2 seconds after I saved it. I'm 90 right now. I'm gonna get my record. Yeah, that's more like... That was like 110.
Bro, what the? I'm
Okay,
going on
maybe I
my.
should actually try.
I'm going to my ground pinch training
I
pack.
was trying the whole time because my ping. If I don't try my ping, only when I have good ping.
Crap, I sucked no matter what.
Yes.
That's like 102.
You mean 112?
Yeah. Let's try and do a team ground pinch. I've literally never gotten one where people actually just go up.
Fuck this shit, I am Malgafar, I gotta get up at 5:30.
Nice.
Goes under the ball in turtle mode. Our fastest is 171.
I have to wake up at 7 for work, bro.
Oh no. No, don't go in. I'm stupid. I'm stupid, aren't I? This has been going for 30 minutes exactly. Wow. I'm very surprised.
Nice.
I try to go under the ball. Turtle mode, maybe. Have you gotten world record triple team pinch?
Triple team pinch?
216. Yeah.
No.
You try to go turtle mode and
Oh my god,
and
bro.
and then you just got 216. Ooh,
Yes.
998.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
David tried the turtle, but then he messed up and then we got
Because I was
260.
freaking laggy, bro.
I know. That looks way slower though, I swear.
It's because I was so
And
laggy.
the 196 in the private match when you got with the Grand Hog, it looked like way faster. I'm not kidding.
The 216 didn't look that fast because I was so laggy. And it was from my POV, so, you know.
I was gonna go in, damn. Oh my god, my ping. Go to like 100, please.
Did you,
Just have no
wait,
feel my damn.
did you ever try to guess the speed of my ground pinch on that video? On my guess my speed video? Somebody already,
It wouldn't let me comment for some reason, and I thought it was like 190.
oh, it was 177, and somebody already got it. Somebody got it. A
How
few,
is that 57?
it was 177.
Gee, I knew it was 177. I commented again. I'm like, it's 100% 177.
Yeah, I know, and but you already guessed something else.
Yeah,
so.
it's because I was doing the math in my head. I'm like, oh, it's 177. It was either 169 as a meme or 177. So like, I'll do 169 and then it's 177 after.
Wait, do you want to try and do a team cross map?
Okay, Terminator,
I
definitely.
reckon it's like 2 or 3, I think.
For what?
Team cross map ground pinch.
Oh.
Because I suck at the game, bro.
I'm suck at the
What about
game.
me? I suck at the game, even though I've been playing for 2 damn years.
It's
Sheesh.
just
But
like,
I'm always on holiday for some damn reason. I don't know why. I'm gonna go for an epic cucks a pinch. Nice. Don't let that go in. Yeah.
I gave it more speed, obviously. No, 102. I mean 115.
How's that 115?
Just I gave it a booster.
Ooh, nice. That's how teammates. That's what in real game. That's what your teammates.
Wow, it's been longer than an hour now. What the heck?
No, your teammates save it, trying to steal the goal.
I'm gonna go under the ball. Oh no, I can't. How did
Damn.
it go over there?
What just the heck?
What just the heck?
What just happened? I just went on the freaking other way. Look at that. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what
I
happened.
hit the post and then went all the way to my side.
No, when my ping, it literally just turned the heck around. It didn't even hit anything. It just turned around.
It hit post and then blasted to my net and just went
Oh
straight
my
in.
god, that was so fast.
Oh, that shoot! I suck. I actually am so bad. I'm the worst player in the game. I'm worse than literally ever. I'm worse than my friend, and even though he's bronze, I'm worse than him.
Bro,
For sure.
I don't play competitive.
I don't either. I freestyle it. With Terminator
I'm
2.
not really a freestyler. I'm normally. Oh my!
So that means you're a casual player?
186 maybe.
No hit
129
posts.
Does it?
Let me just. That probably would have been 180.
So are you?
Probably would have been 180.
So are you just like a
That was
casual
probably
player?
usually 150.
So are you just like a casual player then?
Normally I don't freestyle, sometimes. And I've got it on 165 in game.
Freestyling is very fun, bro. Not gonna lie. Freestyling is very fun.
That's like 150.
Yeah, but then Davin is a big fat doo-doo
You're
head,
fat.
and then messes up all my solo plays, and I
No,
can't
you.
get any clips.
No, you, bro.
Do you actually?
Yeah, like every time I'm about to clean,
No,
it
I
just
don't,
comes
bro.
out of nowhere and then it hits
You're
me.
fat, bro. You're fat.
Remember that pancake? Like, literally,
No, I
you,
don't.
you passed it to me, I hit it to the wall, and I got a pancake, and you just come out of nowhere and yeet me. And another one, I was going for a triple Lisa, I got the double, and you just yeet me again.
So did he just like jump up and use his jump? That's how you yeet
Yeah.
someone. Imagine if he yeeted you and then he just got like, and then you just got like team pinch.
I've gotten a few team
So
pinches.
I'm gonna get a 85, that's my guess. Even though it missed, it's definitely 85, I promise you.
Oh no, it's going too fast.
Okay. What are your settings?
Mine?
My settings? Devin's?
Terminators. Oh no.
Mine?
These are my camera settings. Right here. And these are
My
my
settings?
controls.
I was an inch away from saving that.
I kinda use like Mew as is, I don't think you know yet. He plays like
Look
Evample.
at this. Look how close I was. Look at that. Huh? Okay, no, this game is actual dog water.
What was that pinch, bro?
I might delete Fortnite, honestly.
I don't even play Fortnite, bro.
Oh, why did I just use my... Oh, this is gonna be such a clanger. Knew it. That's like a 148.
Dang it, bro. None of these go in, bro.
That was one... Did I even use my jump there?
No.
I didn't. Wow.
Fastest somebody's gotten without jumping or flipping is 173.
I've gone at 163 when I first started ground pinching, and I think that was like a year ago. I started ground pinching a year ago.
Dang. It's kind of a sheesh bone right
Yeah,
there.
now my fastest is 195.
Really, dude? Oh my god. Look at that no flip, bro.
Oh, this is gonna be such.
My fastest is only 193, bro.
Yeah, I can tell.
I can tell.
I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I just did a tornado spin so fast.
I can tell that you can tell.
1,000.
I
1,000.
felt it.
1,000.
But then it was like, no.
65.
What do you mean? 165, bro? That was a god setup too.
Why did I say 165?
How fast was it?
Close. 95.
Why you guessed 165 when it was 95?
Wait, what the heck? Why do you keep... What is happening? That is so weird.
The lag, probably.
No, he just keeps like disappearing as soon as he hits the ball. It's just so weird.
Probably lag.
I'm cheating though. I have Balkan smart.
Dang it, bro.
Right, Devin?
No, you probably could change that. Oh, whoops. Jeez,
That's a solid.
Kinda
That's
sus,
a
bro.
very bad
I'm
90.
gonna guess it. 102 is 108. How was that 108? That was slower than I bet. Well, I just realized that. I think I almost broke my leg at footy.
Dang, bro.
Yeah, we had to play a footy game against year 6s, and they freaking played. Really?
What year are you?
Well, we're year 6. I'm year 6 too.
I'm in high school. I'm in 9th
69.
grade, so I got.
But they've actually played footy so much. They've played for a long time.
Oh wow.
And of course we got smacked.
I have to get off,
So,
actually.
My school got my team got 2 goals, and guess what?
It just turned 11 o'clock, so I have to get off, bro.
You're 6 years old?
Wait, what? He's in 6th. He's in 6th grade.
Oh, I'm in year 14.
I'm in. Wait, what? Year 14?
I'm in year
Are you
28.
14 years old, you mean?
I'm turning 15
Oh,
in a month.
I'm 15 right now.
I'm 28.
I'm about to go into 10th grade, bro.
Yo, in my state, you're allowed to have your driver's permit at 15.
Wow.
Damn.
We get at 16.
Driving. At 16, I'm getting my license. The permit is like, I can drive, but there has to be
For
a
me,
license.
it's 29.
That's cap, dude.
For me, it's 18.
You can only
the
eat
heck,
on
bro?
Tuesdays. That's a rule.
You can only eat on
Yeah, I think
Tuesdays.
it's 17 when you can get your driver's license.
Oh, well, for the temps, for me, you have to be 15 and a half.
For us, it's 15. For us, it's 16.
15.
My friend is 15, and she's turning 15, and
That was like the weirdest cross map ever.
in the beginning of 9th grade. So basically, she's gonna be able to drive at the beginning of 10th.
Oh, well.
Okay. Who's going
That
to
was
be?
gonna be slow. That was gonna be slow.
How do you know?
Slow
You just went on it
as.
tomorrow.
Don't know.
Oh,
Too bad, fine.
Just got back. Yeah.
that's kind of a sheesh
I
moment.
honestly feel like it's gonna be slow.
Yeah, we're slow anyway. Oh, world record cross. That was like world record coxer. That was so good.
I know.
Like a 0. He just got a 0-kilometer cut.
I meant to go for a pancake. But
Really?
It looked like a cook's bitch.
You actually got 0 kph
I
on
mean,
it?
I got the flippy set.
Oh, I did not see. What the heck are you doing in the air?
Your mom.
Okay, no.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Davin, I'm gonna spam you.
Nah,